Well, welcome back to another bourbon hunt. Today we're at Everest Spirits up near Kennesaw, Town Lake Center Mall. And we're going to see what new whiskeys and bourbons they have since the last time we were here. Let's go inside. Okay, let's see what new they have here at Everest. It's been a couple weeks since we've been here, so I don't expect a lot of new items. But if you spot something that I don't, let me know in the comments. We're just going to make a tour around the barrel picks here first. I think they had these here last time. I'll just show you again. Maybe you didn't see the last time we were here. So let's go to the end cap first. And what are we seeing here? We're definitely seeing a whole selection of Jeff the Creed. I think they had a few of them, but now they've got all four of them. Now this is definitely new. This Wheel Horse 101 proof cigar blend. Interesting. I like Wheel Horse. I got one up in Tennessee and thought it was really good for the money. And $49.99. I don't think you'll find a cigar blend anywhere close to that price, so we may have to pick that up today. There's that Baker 7 High Rye. And look here, Heaven Hill, that's one of the best prices I've seen at. Typically, you see it over $100, so this is just under $100. And what do we have here? The rye and the bourbon. So let's go down on the shelf here. What do we have? Oh, here's one I haven't seen in a while. Journeyman Distillery, their Corsets, Whips, and Whiskey. And of course, we've got one of those Four Roses single barrels there. Coming down. Some Irish whiskey. And some other on the bottom shelf here. So let's go down the whiskey aisle and see what's new today. Bullet, Maker's Mark, a nice selection of Russells, Larceny, Old Forester, Wild Turkey. Well, here's our Jack Daniels. And coming down, more Jack. And on the bottom here, we got a very old Barton, Benchmark, Silas Jones. Well, it looks like they've sold some Woodford Reserves here. Our Double Oak, George Dickel. And here's Old Granddad and Ezra Brooks. Knob Creek. Got a good selection of Knob Creek here. Elijah Craig. Coming down for a Jim Beam. And more Jim Beam on the bottom. Four Roses. Basil, Evan Williams, and more Evan on the bottom here. Whistle Pig. Now there's that 10-year everyone's talking about for $87.99. I'm down here with our Yellowstone. And whiskey, not bourbon, on the bottom. Our Michter's, Jefferson's Reserve. Coming down here on Tin Cup. They still have those Heaven Hill gift sets, which are nice. And $17.92, including the full proof. There's our Heaven's Door. Redemption. Now this high rye bourbon, I've said that many times, a lot of people love that high rye bourbon for $49.99. And down on the bottom, we've got Jesse James Flintlock. I don't think I've seen that Flintlock before. Quarter Horse and Cooper's Mark. And of course you can't go wrong with the early times. Look at Belle Meade's. Belle Meade's still around here. Coming up, Southern Star. Southern Star makes a lot of good wheat whiskeys. And the Boone County is not new, but they've changed their bottle and their labeling. And Bespoken, I don't see that a lot of places, but it's a very well priced bourbon, and it is twice toasted. One's a whiskey and one's a bourbon. Bower Hill and Green River. And going back up, there's our Traverse City, Sweetens Cove, and of course Fraser Ranch. There's a good selection of High West. I know a lot of people like this Campfire, and you know I've never had the Campfire, but I've heard good things about it. Going up top here, Uncle Nearest. I'm a fan of that 1884. I've not tried the other ones yet. There's our Horse Soldier, Castle and Key, and they've got a new wheated version. I think it's a black label. Chattanooga, and some other whiskeys and ryes and bourbons on the bottom here. Wyoming. And this Cowboy, I've not seen that one before. Look at that price. Wow. And flavored whiskeys, which usually I'm not a fan of. We've got Watershed. And look at there, Nashville Barrel on the bottom there, their rye whiskey. And if you're looking for a birthday gift or an anniversary gift for your bourbon drinker, I always like these gift sets. I'd love getting one myself, especially that Heaven Hill with the Heaven Hill Glencairn. And then you've got Smooth Ambler there with a couple of rock glasses. I think this end cap is pretty much the same as the last time we were here, but we'll go through it anyways. There's all our fiddlers. A couple of short barrels. 13th Colony. Savannah and Legends. And some flavored on the bottom. On this end cap, we've got our big Knob Creeks, Basil Hayden's. More Knob Creek, more Basil Hayden. And on the last aisle, where we see a lot of specialty and harder to find bourbons, are Smoke Wagons, or Penelopes, Pinhooks. New Riff. I still have got to get me one of these New Riff 8-year.
He's got to be here in like an hour. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. He's here 5 days a week. He's here usually not. Monday, Tuesday,
That Angel's Envy Triple Oak. You know, when it first came out, I was seeing that at a lot higher price. I'm glad to see it come down. Our Barrel Foundation, Ben Holiday. Some Peerless, some James E. Pepper. Master Pick 15 for $99. That's a good deal, people. And some Bardstown down here. So starting on the left, Old Forester 1897, Wild Turkey Rare Breed, New Riff Single Barrel, love the New Riff, That unbranded, that is a whiskey finished in tequila casks. Elements, single malt. The Campfire we were talking about earlier. And of course, Old Elk. This is their wheated bourbon, which is my favorite of the Old Elk. So that's what the staff recommends. So last but not least, let's check out the allocation case. All right, up top there, we got some barrel bourbon 15-year-old. Is that right? Wow. Some other gray labels. And down here we can see, look, we got, oh wow, the Elijah Craig and Knob Creek 18s and the Knob Creek 12 being one of my favorites. And then of course the Woodford, the batch proof and that Madeira cask finished. Coming down here, I know these Wyatt Earps are pretty new. And then that red line in Mongolian Oak, that's the second time I've seen that. And of course, I've got one of those 2024 Baumburgers still left if you're looking for one. And Hill Rock, some Bardstown, Old Soul. And look, they've got in the corner there a Willet Purple Top. And then down on the bottom, see if I can see this through the glass. A Little Book, Sinatra, Yellowstone, and a Hill Rock. And up here, an Angel's Envy set. I've never seen that Angel's Envy bottle before. That's a cask strength. And with that set, you get the Triple Oak and I think the regular Angel's Envy. And look here, Kentucky Owl. If you're looking for Kentucky Owl before it goes away, they've got 3 of them here. Whistle Pig, very old St. Nick, Gatsby Reserve. We got some Canadian whiskey down here, along with some Widow Jane. And then on the bottom, Murray Hill Club, Bushwood, and some Blue Run. So that wraps it up at Everest Spirits Warehouse. We are going to pick up this Wheel Horse cigar blend because tomorrow we've got a cigar blind over at Appalachian Bourbon Society. We're going to see how a $50 bottle compares with one 3 times that price. So join us for that one and come back again for another bourbon hunt. Cheers.